The Great Fire of London, the 6 days that destroyed a city, September 2nd, 1666. Just after midnight, most of London was asleep. The narrow streets were dark. The air was still. Thousands of people rested inside wooden homes packed tightly together along twisting medieval roads. Nobody knew that within a few hours, their city would be transformed into an inferno. Nobody knew that one of the most destructive urban disasters in European history had already begun. It started inside a bakery on Pudding Lane, a small fire, nothing extraordinary. But over the next 6 days, that fire would destroy thousands of buildings, leave tens of thousands homeless, and permanently change the future of London. This is the true story of the Great Fire of London. To understand why the disaster became so devastating, we need to understand what London looked like in 1666. At the time, London was one of the largest and most important cities in Europe. Roughly 400,000 people lived there. The city was crowded far beyond what its medieval streets had been designed to handle. Most buildings were constructed from wood. Many upper floors extended over the streets below, bringing neighboring houses dangerously close together. Workshops stored timber, coal, tar, oil, and other highly flammable materials. Warehouses were packed with goods from around the world. In many places, a fire could jump from one building to another in seconds. And during the summer of 1666, conditions had become even more dangerous. The weather had been unusually hot and dry. Weeks passed with very little rain. Wooden buildings dried out under the summer heat. London had effectively become a giant pile of kindling, waiting for a spark. That spark came shortly after midnight on September 2nd. The fire began in the bakery of Thomas Fariner, a baker who supplied bread to the Royal Navy. Most historians believe that embers from the bakery oven ignited nearby fuel after the day's work had ended. As flames spread through the building, the Fariner family escaped through an upstairs window. But one servant was unable to escape. She became the first known victim of the Great Fire. At first, local residents were not overly concerned. Small fires were common in 17th century cities. People formed bucket lines and attempted to control the flames. Others proposed demolishing nearby houses to create a fire break, an open space that could stop the fire from spreading. But valuable time was lost. The Lord Mayor of London, Sir Thomas Bloodworth, was called to assess the situation. He had the authority to order buildings destroyed if necessary. According to several accounts, he underestimated the danger. One famous story claims he dismissed the fire as so minor that a woman could extinguish it. Whether he actually said those exact words remains uncertain, but historians agree on one thing: the response was far too slow. While officials hesitated, strong winds pushed the flames through neighboring streets. What had been a manageable fire suddenly became something much worse. By sunrise, entire blocks were burning. As the fire spread, panic began to sweep across London. Families rushed to save their possessions. People dragged furniture into the streets. Merchants attempted to rescue valuable goods. Some loaded carts with everything they owned. Others grabbed only what they could carry. Soon the roads became packed with desperate residents trying to escape. The River Thames filled with boats transporting people and belongings away from danger. Witnesses described scenes of chaos unlike anything they had ever seen. The fire moved faster than many believed possible. Powerful winds carried burning debris through the air. Sparks landed on rooftops hundreds of feet away. New fires erupted throughout the city. As temperatures increased, conditions became terrifying. Buildings collapsed without warning. Church spires burned like giant torches. The heat grew so intense that lead roofing melted and flowed through the streets. Some witnesses reported seeing what appeared to be giant whirlwinds of flame spinning above the city. Day turned into night as thick smoke covered London. The destruction seemed unstoppable. On September 3rd, the fire reached some of the city's busiest commercial districts. Warehouses filled with oil, alcohol, timber, and other materials exploded into flames. Each new blaze intensified the disaster. Many people believed certain structures would survive. One of those structures was St. Paul's Cathedral. At the time, St. Paul's was one of the most important landmarks in England. Its massive stone walls appeared strong enough to resist the fire. Because of this, many merchants stored their valuables inside the cathedral for safekeeping. It proved to be a fatal mistake. Scaffolding surrounded parts of the cathedral due to ongoing restoration work. The wooden scaffolding caught fire.